How's everyone doing? I'm about to do a review on the Theeve tiax truck. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I haven't seen too much on it's hard to find a lot of information on it. In fact, I've only seen the trucks in one skate shop. So I thought I'd give you guys my own opinion on it. I'd first give you an objective video on the facts, all the fun stuff about them, the nerdy stuff. And then I thought I'd do a second video on my personal opinion on them. I'm going to release them back to back, so it's not going to take forever to come out. Hopefully you guys find this informative. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully it teaches you something. Let's do this. Alright, now I'm not going to go into the history of skateboarding. I stopped skating for a decade. If you click right here, I've got a video on skateboarding and how, since I've started up again, it's made me pretty happy. Now, when I stopped skating, it was in 2003. I came back in 2013. Since then, I have seen nothing but vast improvements in the quality of the products, especially in trucks. One of the biggest improvements I've seen in skateboard trucks has been the base plate. They're doing a process called forging. Now, there are two main processes to make a chunk of metal into something useful. One is gravity casting. That's just a mold. They pour the hot molten metal into it, and they kind of stamp down on a top mold, and what ends up happening, you get something for it. This is the go-to method. Really good. No real issues on it. In fact, if you broke a truck that's gravity cast, you'd either do something really insane or really stupid. Really high quality, don't worry about it. But forging, what they do is they take a chunk of metal and they hammer it into position, into shape. So what it does is, instead of being like this, it like tightens and elongates the grain, making it stronger. Because it is stronger, you're able to use less material, and you're able to cut more material off, making them so you're able to make them lighter. This is good. It does cost more, and it does add steps in the production process, but it does make things a lot better. And it does cost more. I've got to stress that. If you look at the way they make rifle barrels, going from a Bravo company manufacturing mid-length to a BFH mid-length, you add almost $100 to it for one bit of difference. But the quality and the life expectancy of that rifle barrel almost doubles. So it is worth it. I've got to stress that from an objective manufacturing standpoint. It is very much so worth it. You do pay extra, but it is worth it. Now, most axles, this is my old Thunder, as you can see, I've got the big grooves ground into it, big old front side, all those nose slides and stuff like that coming on it. Most trucks have a chromoly steel axle. There is nothing wrong with this. This is what they actually use to make rifle barrels and machine gun barrels a lot of the time. It's high quality, it's consistent, it's abundant, it's not that expensive, but it is heavy. That's really the only thing you can say that's bad about it, is the fact that it is heavy. Most axles also are the same material. Strong, consistent, abundant, not that expensive comparatively speaking, heavy. Now, regardless of what Boris the Blade tells you, heavy is not better. It doesn't mean reliable, it just means you got a big chunk of weight on your board. And you got to keep something in mind. About half the weight of your skateboard is in your trucks. So if you're going to lighten up the trucks. Don't go for smaller wheels, don't start taking out hardware, don't start taking out parts. Lighten up the trucks. These are Theeve tiax. I really like this paint job on them. I like a little bit of color on my boards. I think it's cool. I like the fact you can see where my my nose slide goes. You can see I don't do too many tail slides, but you can see all the nose slides and stuff. Now, they have a titanium axle in here. The titanium is, they say it's 55% lighter, twice as strong. I'll have to take their word at it. I don't have a way to objectively prove or disprove that. But knowing what I do know about metal and alloys and, all that sort of stuff, it is a better and lighter metal. Stronger and it's lighter. It is also more expensive. I want to try the Tiax, which are the ones that are basically the same thing as this with a titanium axle, but has a forged hollow titanium kingpin. That is going to be incredible. Just from what I know about metal, that is going to be incredible, and I really want to try them. I haven't seen them anywhere though, so I don't know. Now, objectively speaking, these are pretty high quality trucks. Forged base plates, titanium axles, they seem to have gotten a lot of really good things done with it. Also, something else I've noticed is the kingpin is sitting a little bit lower below the axle and down in the hanger, so it actually, you have more clearance to grind, which is actually kind of nice. You don't get the kingpin, or scratched up and caught on things. Now, before I was riding these Theeves, I was riding independent GC Hollow, the 139s, the Reynolds. I put in bones medium bushings, and they were perfect. So I had pretty high expectations, and I already been riding a really good truck. So let's see. So it's like they're coming from pretty far in. Not to mention the fact that they're one of the few companies out there that makes a truck in 8.25. Most people go from 8 to 8.5. There's a big difference there where you got at least 3 sizes, if not like 5 or 6. They make a truck in the middle. They make an 8-inch, 8.25, 8.5. So you can find a truck that'll fit your size. Objectively speaking, these were more than likely going to be good trucks.